All right, let's talk about ghosting. It's a term that has become all too familiar in the world of modern dating. Ghosting is when someone you're talking to or dating suddenly cuts off all communication without any explanation. It's like they vanish into thin air, leaving you wondering what went wrong. It's like that awkward silence after you've told a bad joke, but instead of a few seconds of discomfort, it stretches on indefinitely. Imagine sharing laughs and good times with someone only to be met with complete silence the next day. It's confusing and can be quite hurtful. But this time, it's your love life. You're left in a state of limbo, not knowing if you did something wrong or if the other person just lost interest. The uncertainty can be agonizing, making you question every interaction you had with them. You're chatting with someone, maybe even went on a few dates, and things seem to be going well. You start to feel a connection and you think they do too. You share stories, laugh at each other's jokes, and maybe even start to envision a future together. And then poof, they vanish. No more texts, no more calls, no more anything. It's like they were never there. One moment you're planning your next date, and the next you're left staring at your phone, waiting for a message that never comes. No explanation, no goodbye, just radio silence. It's as if they've disappeared off the face of the earth. You check your phone constantly, hoping for some sign of life, but there's nothing. The silence is deafening. It's like they turned into a ghost, hence the name. Ghosting leaves you with a lot of unanswered questions and a feeling of rejection. It's a harsh way to end things, and it can leave a lasting impact on your self-esteem and trust in others. Ghosting is basically the easy way out. It's a way for someone to avoid the discomfort of a difficult conversation. Instead of facing the situation head-on, they choose to disappear, leaving the other person to deal with the fallout. It's like taking the fire escape when things get a bit heated. Rather than addressing the issues or explaining their feelings, they opt for the quickest exit. It's a cowardly move that shows a lack of respect for the other person's feelings. But let's be honest, it's not exactly the most mature way to handle things. Ghosting is a sign of emotional immaturity and an inability to communicate effectively. It leaves the other person in a state of confusion and hurt, which is unfair and unnecessary. It's like, come on, we're all adults here. We should be able to handle difficult conversations and be honest about our feelings. It's a part of growing up and building healthy relationships. We can handle a little confrontation. It's better to be upfront and honest, even if it's uncomfortable. In the long run, it's more respectful and leaves both parties with a sense of closure. So let's put an end to ghosting and start communicating like the adults we are. Okay, let's talk about the victims here. Ghosting is a modern-day phenomenon that leaves people feeling utterly bewildered and emotionally bruised. Imagine investing your time, emotions, and energy into someone, only for them to vanish without a trace. It's like a magic trick gone wrong, where the only thing that disappears is your sense of self-worth. Being ghosted can really mess with your head. You start to replay every conversation, every text message, and every moment you spent together, trying to pinpoint where it all went wrong. It's a mental labyrinth that can drive you to the brink of madness. One minute you're planning your future wedding, and the next you're questioning your entire existence. It's a roller coaster of emotions that can leave you feeling dizzy and disoriented. You go from the highs of romantic daydreams to the lows of self-doubt and insecurity. It's like, was it something I said? Do I smell funny? You start to question every little thing about yourself. Did you come on too strong? Were you not interesting enough? The self-interrogation is relentless and exhausting. Rejection hurts, even when it comes from someone you barely know. The sting of being dismissed without explanation can be more painful than a breakup. At least with a breakup, you get some form of closure, a reason, a goodbye. But with ghosting, you're left in the dark, grappling with your own thoughts. It's like stubbing your toe on the coffee table. It's a sharp, unexpected pain that can linger for a while. The initial shock is intense, but the dull ache that follows can last much longer. You find yourself wincing at the memory, long after the actual event. And the worst part? You're left with no closure, no explanation, just a whole lot of unanswered questions. It's like reading a mystery novel and having the last few pages torn out. You're left to fill in the blanks, to create your own ending, and it's never a happy one. The emotional toll can be heavy, leaving scars that take time to heal. So if you've been ghosted, know that you're not alone. It's a painful experience, but it's also a testament to your resilience and strength. You will get through this, and you will come out stronger on the other side. Now, I'm not saying that ghosting is always a bad thing. Sometimes it's the safest option. Like if you feel threatened or unsafe, by all means, disappear faster than a magician's rabbit. Your safety is paramount. But if we're talking about regular, run-of-the-mill dating, ghosting should be a last resort. I mean, would you ghost your dentist, your boss, your mom? Probably not. So why do it to someone you're trying to, build a relationship with? Look, I get it. Breaking up with someone is awkward. It's like trying to parallel park in rush hour, stressful and messy. But it's part of life. And trust me, a little honesty goes a long way. A simple text message, "Hey, it's not working out. Best of luck," is better than nothing. It's like ripping off a Band-Aid, quick and relatively painless. Plus, it saves the other person from endlessly checking their phone, hoping for a message that will never come. Section 5. Honesty is the best policy, even when it's awkward. Clear communication is key in any relationship, especially romantic ones. It's like the instruction manual for a happy and healthy partnership. When you're upfront about your feelings and intentions, it minimizes misunderstandings and hurt feelings. Think of it this way. Would you rather eat a delicious, well-cooked meal or a plate of cold, soggy leftovers? Communication is the spice that makes relationships exciting and fulfilling. Section 6. Epictetus and the art of dealing with rejection. Even the Stoics, those masters of emotional resilience, understood the pain of rejection. As Epictetus wisely said, there is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. So if you've been ghosted, don't dwell on it. It's not a reflection of your worth. It's more about the other person's inability to handle their emotions like a grown-up. Section 7. Don't be a ghostbuster. Mastering the art of moving on. Getting ghosted can leave you feeling like you need to hire a paranormal investigator to figure out what went wrong. But trust me, the best revenge is living well. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and get back out there. There are plenty of fish in the sea, and who knows, maybe you'll meet someone who actually knows how to use the send button. Section 8. Dating in the digital age, a comedy of errors. Dating in the age of Tinder and Bumble can feel like a sitcom gone wrong. It's a world where first impressions are made with a swipe, and your profile picture can make or break your chances. The digital age has transformed the way we meet people, making it both easier and more complicated at the same time. We're swiping left and right, sending emojis instead of having actual conversations. The art of small talk has been replaced by the efficiency of text messages. We craft the perfect opening line, only to be met with radio silence. It's a game of chance, where the odds are often not in our favor. It's a jungle out there, and sometimes ghosting is just a symptom of a larger problem. The anonymity of the internet can make it easy to forget that there's a real person on the other side of the screen. We get caught up in the thrill of the chase, only to be left feeling empty when the connection fizzles out. But hey, let's not lose hope. For every frustrating experience, there's a story of success. Friends gather to share their latest dating escapades, laughing at the absurdity of it all. We support each other through the highs and lows, knowing that we're all in this together. Despite the ghosting, the awkward dates, and the occasional catfish, love is still out there. It's in the moments of genuine connection, the shared laughter, and the excitement of meeting someone new. We just have to be patient and keep an open mind. It might just take a little longer to find in the digital age. But when we do find it, it's all the more rewarding. So keep swiping, keep texting, and keep believing. Love is out there, waiting to be discovered. Section 9. Share your ghosting stories or lack thereof. So, have you ever been ghosted? Or maybe you've been the ghost yourself, no judgment here. Share your hilarious, awkward, or downright bizarre dating experiences in the comments below. Let's have a laugh and learn from each other's misadventures in the wild world of modern dating.